right? Usually you'll create all these fine modules and whatnot in a separate file, right? So for instance, something like a in the service, you would create a module service. So new JavaScript here, module service, and in here you would move all these here, right? You would copy that and move it over to export const as a function, right? And then this is what would be returned. And in here you can then export that. The problem with that is that oftentimes, notice that this delete module is this one I would be called also delete module. See that? And but then I have an action called delete module, and I have it's going to have a service also called delete modules, right? So I'm going to have like a naming clash between the two, right? So for instance, if I copy here and I move it over to delete module, and I say export const delete module, right? That takes as argument the module ID, right? Right. If I want to replace this delete module over here with this, I have a problem. I'm going to say delete module. Notice that I have two. This delete module. Notice that it wants to grab it from module actions. See that? So it found two. So which one do you mean? So to deal with several namespaces, one thing you could do is instead export default an object here that declares the API for this and says, define all modules and delete all modules. So a map that can now be imported. Import module service from services module service, right? And now you can use module service dot delete module. See that? And pass in the module ID. You see that? Right? So that you can distinguish, is this an action or is it a service? What is it? Right? Also, if the name of the key of an object is the same as the value of that object, ES6 has a syntactic sugar where you can just declare like that, right? If the name and the value are the same, right? There's a this can save you a couple of keystrokes. Yes.
And you still need the export points?
If you want to import them individually, sure. But this one exports the default, just this one single object by default. So here, notice that I didn't have to use the destructor, right? Because that is the there can only be one default export, right? So I'm exporting that one, right? And so this is tied to whatever I'm defaulting the exporting default. Okay. All right. So let's see if this still works. Delete module. So this still works. I remove. So everything works still. Everybody okay? All right.